Welcome to Facts TV News, where everything is true.
Still no access to St. Gabriel King's mom's phone. The mother of slain 9-year-old Gabriel King on Thursday failed to allow police access to her cell phone as ordered by the court last week. According to Omwalian Islam attorney, instructed him to apply for a leave for a judicial review. He told reporters he was unable to provide further information. However, head of the Police Area 1 Assistant Commissioner of Police Clifford Chambers told reporters that Leonie Issa's legal team had failed to file a state of proceeding and the court order still stands. He explained that a stay of proceedings, which stop an order from coming into effect, must be filed before an appeal is filed. The police are expected to head to court on Friday to get the court order enforced. A week ago, Senior Parish Judge Sasha Ashley gave Leonie Issa a November 24 deadline to provide the password to facilitate access to her iPhone 13 Pro Max. The police had indicated a desire to analyze information on the device as part of their investigation into the killing of her autistic son. The judge also ruled at the time that Leonie Issa was not entitled to be present while her phone was being analyzed by experts. However, her attorney may be present during the process. The legal wrangling over access to Leonie Issa's phone began on September 6 when the court granted the police request for her to allow them access within 48 hours. When that deadline was missed, lawmen again took the issue to court last Friday. After the judge issued a 6-day deadline that day, Cameron indicated that all appeal would be filed. He also said he would need to confer with his client. On January 13, young Gabriel was found with his throat slashed, his body slumped on the back seat of his mother's car. She had reported to the police minutes earlier that her car had been hijacked and the child inside. The shocking murder was widely condemned, while the police being urged to bring the boy's killer or killers to justice. Lawmen have steadily maintained that they have met roadblocks while working the case. Tipsy on the Beach postponed, deemed a security threat by police. Promoters of Tipsy on the Beach party have postponed the November 26 edition, as the police have not granted permission for the event, which it has been deemed a security threat. The promoters issued an apology through a statement to dancehall fans who were looking forward to performances from artists such as Joshi 450, Charlie Black, Jamil, Devil Magnum, Daddy One, and others. The show was set to be held at Burwood Bench in Falmouth, Trelawney. Due to unforeseen circumstances, Tipsy on the Beach has now been postponed until further notice. We apologize for the short notice, but we will also be at our best to reschedule the event for a day early in 2022. Thank you, a statement from the promoters said. The application for permission to the host of the party under the Noise Abatement Act was denied based on recommendations made by the police force, which claimed they would not guarantee the safety of patrons at the event as it was a security threat. The event billed 2 entertainers who are reputed to be part of a criminal organization that is currently embroiled in a conflict with other criminal elements. This conflict is likely to extend to Trelawney should the event be permitted, an advisory issued by the Trelawney Division Headquarters of the Jamaica Constabulary Force JCF stated. Additionally, the event is likely to be attended by several migrant criminals involving gang activities. We are therefore unable to guarantee the safety of patrons attending this event, the JCF added. Battle over extension of SOEs, heads of Senate yesterday. Government and opposition members of the upper house faced off yesterday over the states of emergency SOEs now in place across 7 parishes. The government needs to convince at least one of the 8 opposition senators to break ranks and vote to extend the SOEs or watch them collapse next week. But with Leader of the Opposition Mark Golden and Leader of the Opposition Business in the Senate Peter Bunting already voicing their disagreement with the extension of the SOEs, it seems likely that the debate will be nothing more than an opportunity for senators to seek to score points with the public. Following a lengthy debate on Tuesday, members of the House of Representatives approved the resolution extending the SOEs for 45 days to January 14, 2023. 44 members of the lower house, all on the government benches, voted yes to the emergency powers, parishes of Clarendon and St. Catherine, and specialized area in the parishes of Kingston and St. Andrew, Continuance Resolution 2022, and the emergency powers, parishes of St. James, Westmoreland, Hanover Continuance, Resolution 2022, while 3 were noes from the opposition benches and 16 absent. The SOEs, which were declared on November 14, are set to expire on November 28 if there is not the 2/3 support from both houses. Prime Minister Andrew Holness, who opened the debate on the SOE regulation on Tuesday, said the country and its people are under threat from organized crime, criminal terrorists, and psychopaths who have been escalating the murder rate. The increasing levels of violence across the island saw a murder tally at 1,360 as of November 13. There was a 6.8% point above last year. These high levels of homicide are evident in the 10 of 19 police divisions, which have yielded 72% of murders and 75% of shootings nationally, said Holness. He argued that the rise in the availability of guns is a significant cause of concern, with gang-related violence continuing to account for the escalation in the crime rate. Illegal firearms have been the preferred weapon of choice by gang, accounted for 71% of all murders committed in Jamaica. Holness said that a strategy to bring murder down is to include the use of emergency powers when the rate of increase in murders and crime is moving faster than normal. Taking life is now an epidemic level. Murder is a public health crisis in Jamaica. It infects the mind of some of our citizens to the point that they lose all respect for the sanctity of human life. Some of our citizens have become psychopathic and brutal. We have to acknowledge this and treat with it, added the Prime Minister. Responding to comments by the opposition that the government is overly dependent on SOEs to tackle crime, Holness insisted that this administration is not solely reliant on the emergency measures, but is trying to maximize its effort in reducing the number of murders and maximize the number of lives saved. He insisted that the SOEs have been working and have been the most successful tool in bringing down the murder numbers and crime in the shortest period. Holness pointed out that during the week of November 13 to 19, 12 murders were recorded nationally, which is the lowest number recorded in a week for this year. In fact, it is the lowest number recorded in any week since 2015, and this is only 5 days of the week which were under SOEs. This is consistent with the reduction we have come to expect under SOEs, said Holness. He noted that there has been no murder since the declaration of SOE in the 4 police divisions of St. Andrew South, Kingston West, Kingston Central, and Kingston East. But Golden rejected the Prime Minister's appeal as he argued that the continued use of SOEs was a subversion of Jamaica's constitutional order, which he could not support. As it stands today, the court has caused doubt on the constitutionality of the government's use of SOE procedure, and in that context, it is, in my view, highly inappropriate and a disregard for the cardinal constitutional principle of respecting the separation of powers among 3 branches of the state of the government, and to continue using the SOE in this way, stated Golden.
Please remember to subscribe, like, share, and click the